Coach Ben Olsen here. Ben, quick turnaround to Open Cup play quarterfinal in St. Louis. How's the team kind of been preparing since Saturday?
Came in on Sunday, a quick turnaround from the Vancouver game, and I think today guys looked recovered and excited about this opportunity in front of us. We as a club take this tournament very seriously and have had success in the past, and this is just is no different, and we're going to go after this in the way that St. Louis is going to go after it. Quarterfinals always brings a little bit more tension to these Open Cup games, as you're a few games away from potentially holding the trophy. So expect a hard-fought game, and St. Louis is, looking at them. They're a good team. They've got some new ideas from what they've been doing in the past, and I think it's a good group, and we'll have our hands full.
Thanks for that. Who wants to go first? Dustin, you want a question?
Hey, man.
Dustin.
Hey, I know you mentioned a little bit, but quick turnaround from Saturday. How are the legs? How are the guys feeling going into tomorrow?
We'll see. It's this has been a stretch. So I've never had a Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday in my career. This is a little bit of the new norm here, though. This year, there's just going to, in the second half of the season, is going to be similar. A lot of midweek games and a lot of relying on depth, but also, understanding sometimes it's about being robust and playing. Guys are going to have to dig in and push, and so you're always looking for what the balance is in these types of stretches where you have a lot of games.
I know you talked a lot about the depth on this team. You guys are much deeper than you've been. How big does that play into another busy week for you guys?
It helps. It helps. We have depth, but we've also used a lot of our depth. Again, we've played the same team, I think, only once, one repeat lineup in the whole year. So with that comes a lot of guys getting minutes and a lot of looks, and that helps. So sometimes you can have depth, but if they've never been used throughout the season, that doesn't necessarily help.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's go to Herman. You got a question?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Just St. Louis, studying St. Louis, they like to press a lot. What's the key to be able to beat that press and still hold possession, not lose it?
Well, you take what's there. I mean, it's not build at all cost, and if there's moments where we can hurt them for their aggression, you got to choose those moments. And if there's times to build, then you have the +1. You take advantage of it. That's you give them a blueprint of when to do that, but ultimately the players have to choose that when the game starts, and it's all about still problem solving out there. And we've doing a better job of recognizing direct play versus build and line splitting moments. So we're getting there. We're growing.
Stated, I didn't hear it. I'm happy to hear that Samoseco went home following. He's good.
He's great. He was here today, and it was great to see him around. He was alert when I and the players were out there, but he may have checked out for a couple seconds, and he's thankfully has no lasting issues, but he'll go through the protocol, and we'll get him back soon, but obviously with no rush. But he's laughing and smiling today, and he's even going through some of the protocol, stand on one leg, do jumping jacks and all that stuff that they do for this.
Good deal. Thanks, man. Best of luck tomorrow.
Victor, go ahead.
Ben, to jump on that, Samoseco, he's training regularly with the team, or did he have to train separately?
No, he is. When I came in today, Victor, He was with the trainers. Like I said, doing some hopping and doing some, all of this stuff that, it starts with is the beginning protocols of any type of concussion or any incident like that. Our staff did a very good job with it, and he is on the mend. So yeah, we're looking forward to. We're just glad it's nothing crazy serious, because it was definitely a scary moment.
Likewise, I think a lot of people are very glad of it didn't turn into something more serious. There has been a lot of outpour on by fans as far as the situation. Maybe the response time in the stadium. Are you concerned? I know you kind of went.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I think our group and certainly league, everybody will dissect that very, very thoroughly, and I'm sure they'll come out with something. But certainly, I will say our staff did a very good job. Our support staff was out there, and so that's all. I'll leave it at that.
All right, Danny, I think you said you had a question.
It's me, Jack?
Yep, we got you.
Yes. Ben, it's Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Leo is there?
Yeah, he can help translate.
Okay, Ben. En español se maneja esta versión de técnicos experimentados, que el jugador con calidad no te lleva problemas, te lleva soluciones. Y Dynamo ha traído esta temporada jugadores hechos, rodados, con clase, y lo están demostrando dentro y fuera del terreno de juego. Leo, go ahead.
There's a saying, quality players don't bring problems, they bring solutions. And then this year, the Dynamo have brought those kind of quality players, and they've demonstrated it on the field. Just your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, he's got a great accent. You speak so eloquently, and I wish I could speak Spanish with you. I do think, we've talked a lot about this to you guys and in the off season about what type of players we needed to bring in here, and we say this word personality all the time, and what does that mean? I think you see what it means sometimes with players like Guilherme and Matti and some, even Buzat coming in and helping out that game and some of the box defending. So just, we're just a little bit more savvy and experienced. That's really, I think, what it comes down to. And we have some guys that can make some plays. So, again, we're still let's not get caught up. We're still a huge work in progress, and we still have a long way to go here and to get better. As I said before, it's been a choppy road to get to kind of, at least close to where we think this team is at its best in the way we're playing now and with the group that has played significant minutes over the last 2 weeks. So now it's about pouring some gasoline on that and really figuring out how to take this to the next level and continue to try to be the best versions of ourselves. Why, and I've also said from the beginning why you're doing that and why you have a bunch of new players and you're kind of on this road. It's nice to have some guys that can make some plays to pick up points to put you in the conversation of being a team in the postseason, and that's our goal. And we have so far been able to pick up enough points to put ourselves in that conversation. So that's where we're living.
Anything else, Danny? Good. Anyone else have? Yep. Anyone else have a? Yep. Thanks, Danny. Anyone else have a question? Going
No, thank you, Ben.
Going. Okay, Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll add one. St. Louis is, I think for the people that follow soccer in the United States know what St. Louis is as a soccer market. Just to kind of have that as a backdrop for this U.S. Open Cup game. Do you have any thoughts on that?
It's cool. It's not lost on me, Victor. It's one of the birthplaces of the sport in our country, and they've had, teams going back way, way, way before you and I were born. And it is, because as you know, I love the Open Cup. I'm certainly not a historian on the Open Cup, but I do understand, those teams in Jersey and St. Louis and the German Hungarians, all these teams going back and those stories, and that's what kind of makes me a romantic and excites me about this Open Cup, this format. I've always been, the FA Cup was always really interesting to me growing up as a kid. So going back to St. Louis is a neat experience. I don't think our guys necessarily have that understanding, but I do. And I don't know if you've been to the St. Louis Stadium or any of you. It's neat. They've done a great job there, and their support it's real. They seem like a classy organization, and the fan base is solid. They show up. It's a loud building, so it'll be a fun place to play.
Anything else from anyone? Going once, going twice? All right. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so just go in chronology.